guess they're, and I'm sorry if they're not, if there's not such a thing as regular runes, I'm sorry. I really just don't know. I've never really looked into runes. They've never really been something that's drawn my attention because I don't, it's just like I said, like it's not something that I would use typically in my practice, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. And don't take this as, oh, okay, they're dumb, so I don't want to learn them. I'm not saying that at all because I do want to learn them. I definitely want to learn because I feel like you should learn anything no matter what, kind of what you are. Even if I don't plan on using it in my practice, it is something that I would like to learn eventually. But right now, since I'm, focusing on week 2 and runes that I would be using in different languages, I'm going to focus more. Oh, sorry, my back. I'm going to focus more on the runes that I would be using. Okay, this is the glyph. Now, this is Raymond Gramassi, Hereditary Witch. Now, this is a book I use in my practice a lot because it does talk a lot about Naples and Neapolitan magic. And the Neapolitan, there's generic, teneric, and phaneric witches. Phaneric, or the third one I forget. But I am Neapolitan, so I would be generic, and the star witches would be our teneric. And I'm referencing, teneric. Okay, and I'm referencing something I read in the very beginning, and I'm not remembering it that well, but it's something I'll get more into in a different. But yeah, these are all Italian witches runes. But I do want to learn the witches runes, like the regular witches runes, because I actually just recently heard about them, and so that is something I definitely do want to learn. This is the Tuscan witch script, like the alphabet, and I'm gonna make flashcards and study these. So that I think is very cool. I'm having a hard time finding Neapolitan witch scripts because Neapolitan magic, Neapolitan area is very, very secretive. And if you do end up talking to somebody who's Neapolitan, I mean, unless it's modern now, but back in the day, there's even some books and articles that are on Neapolitan witches, and most of them aren't going to be accurate because Neapolitan witches, they're very, very bent on keeping secrecy and in the family tradition, and that so a lot of the stuff that you'll read, like there's this book that I want, Italian Charms and Neapolitan Witchcraft. It's an old book written in the 20s, and it's a writer. He met up with a Neapolitan strega, and she gave him all this information, but most of the time it's not going to be accurate because, and I mean, I'm not saying all the time, but just a lot of the times, especially from what I've heard, that it won't be that accurate because they are very bent on secrecy and they want to keep it in the family. And that is actually one thing I admire. It's just my personal preference. It's something that makes me feel, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's a whole other topic, and I plan on making a video of my path and the way I feel about things. But that's a whole nother video right now. I'm getting off topic. So back to runes. Okay. These, okay, I already told you the alphabet. Okay, and these ones, that's the script. These are the Tuscan runes. These are the Tuscan, which is runes. And this is the glyph. You make a circle. I'm thinking of getting a cloth. I was just watching Lady Grave Dancer, and she had this cloth, like a pentagram thing. It was her chicken feet video, which I think is an awesome idea. And, it's a cloth, and I'm thinking of making mine because you can't buy this. Like, I've never been able to find this. Sorry about the shadow. So I'm going to make it, and I was going to make it on a slab of wood. Then I was like, no, I don't want to make it on wood. I want to, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, it's going to be harder to paint it on wood, but it's going to be easier to move it around on cloth. Or it's going to be harder to paint it on cloth than it would be wood, but it's going to be easier to move around. Sorry. So yeah, these are the Tuscan runes. Get closer. Earth, unseen forces, mundane forces, unseen forces, moon, divine activity, union, abundance, strife, contentment, magical portal, magical transformation, spiritual portal, religious transformation, rain, drought, storm, feminine, masculine, passages, servants, destruction, beginnings, gains, power, sacrifice for enlightenment. Good weather, 3 black stones, 3 white stones, transformation, fertility, death, dragon, ability to create and or destroy, occult influences, cycles, pentagram, protection, harmony of the elements. And some of these, sorry, my back is killing me. Some of these, I'm not going to lie, are going to be kind of confusing, but you have to, the way you read them. Okay, and this is going to take a while for me to read. It says the circle is divided into 4 sections relating to the 4 cardinal points, north, east, south, west. The inner circle includes family, intimate relationships, opposing forces, and relationships in the inner self. The outer circle encompasses foundation of powers working in one's life, accumulated spirituality, forces working against one in his or her life and transformation. 31 stones are used for this form of divination, 27 of which are inscribed with ancient runic symbols. Each rune has a specific meaning attached to it. The symbols are called the Tuscan runes. 3 of the non-inscribed stones are black and 3 more are white. 1 non-inscribed stone is gray. The black and white stones represent negative and positive influences in one's life. The gray stone belongs to the weather magic group of 4 stones and represents drought. There are also 2 marker stones indicating gender. One is wand-shaped, masculine, and the other is bowl-shaped, feminine. So, yeah, you mark them. It's like casting bones from what I've read about, bones from casting bones. It's a lot like that. So these are one set of runes, but the runes that I myself am the most excited, I guess, and I'm having a hard time because a lot of with the witches, the sea runes, these are the sea runes, and you do these mainly with spells. Like you can inscribe them on seashells with food coloring. You go to the ocean at night. You praise Diana, and you mark a circle. It's it's a very simple spell, or you mark a triangle, and then you let the waves come and bring it and cast it out to sea. That's mainly what these are used for, but I want to use them for other ways too, because I don't know, like I've told you before, I'm very drawn to the sea. I'm very connected to the sea. The ocean and me are just one, and I'm a Leo. I'm a fire element, so for some reason, fire and water are my two. Just maybe because they're polar opposites, though they represent each other in opposite ways, and they have in each other what the other one doesn't. And I don't know, fire and water have always been my 2 main elements. Like, they are my favorite elements. So the ocean, very, very, very attracted to the ocean and water and spirits of the sea. The sea magic runes. Deploy for magical person powers and force of damp of the sea. Yeah, I was just trying to read you a little something of it, but sorry, I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit, and I'm getting myself confused right now. I'm really tired. I was up until midnight, and then I woke up at 4:30 like every morning. And so I'm not all the way there. And if I'm not making sense to you guys, just tell me. Just leave a little mark at the bottom. It's not going to hurt my feelings, and maybe I'll even redo this video. But yeah, so these are the sea runes, and these are the ones I'm most excited to make. But okay, so I've been planning on making my runes on birch disc at my Michael's store. They have little discs like that are about like that big, and they're birch trees, and they still have the bark on the outside and everything. And I think they're so beautiful. They're so cool. I've been wanting for a long time to make runes, to make witches runes. But the sea runes, I'm probably gonna make the Tuscan runes with them for the glyph, and then the sea runes I want to make out of seashells. Obviously. And I love shells, but I had a whole bunch of little shells, but I've used them for so many different things, offerings to Diana, and now I don't have that many left, so I'm gonna have to find like a bag, unless there's some miraculous way I can get enough money to go to the beach, because we live like 3 hours away from the ocean, which sucks, because I love the beach, so I don't know, but maybe I can just buy a bag of shells. But see, I'm one of those person, like, I don't mind buying them, but I would much rather get them myself. You know what I mean? I'd much rather be able to find them, because you have such a strong connection when nature gives you gifts and you get to find stuff out in nature for yourself. Like, those are meant for you, you know what I mean? And it's just, to me, I feel like it's so much more personal and beautiful, and it's something, when you use them, you feel that connection. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with buying them out of the store, you know what I mean? Some people, like I said, I don't live that close to the beach, it's a lot easier to buy them, but I'm just saying, if I had my preference, I would want to find them, because it's more of a personal connection you have with those, and your energy is in them more than buying them, and manufacturers and packaging and delivery, and all them different people touching them, putting their energy on them. Like, that's just something that I don't want to deal with. But I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna have to buy them anyway. Oh my God, this video is 22 minutes long, so it's gonna have to be put in 2 parts. Because like I said, I do it from my phone, and I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I know most people don't like it when I do that, but there's nothing, I really can't do anything about it until I can figure out how to use a freaking camera. Okay, the last set of runes I want to show you are the Star Magic runes, and these, I like these a lot. I'm very attracted to the stars, and like I said, when I really found Stragaria and I really was trying to find myself, when I looked into Stragaria, it is so crazy how much of myself I could see and related, like stuff I've thought my entire life, and I never really put anything together. Like, the sea and the stars are something that I've really always been loved and drawn to, and it's crazy knowing that my ancestors practiced these types of magic that I am been just completely drawn to and my entire life. Like, I'm trying to explain it, and I'm sure you all know, most of you know what I'm talking about anyway, because, think about it, we're witches. We're all witches. It didn't just pop out of thin air. We didn't just wake up one morning and decide, hey, I want to fucking wear a pointy hat and ride on a broomstick, so I think I'm going to go do that today. Like, not that real witches ride on broomsticks. I'm just using it as an example. But, we're all witches. We all have it inside us, It didn't just show up one day, and I feel that it was there for a reason. There's not, there's a reason that we are how we are, and we are connected to who we are. It didn't just show up out of nowhere like others. Hereditary witchcraft is such a hit or miss type of thing to me, because the area, what I practice, is a hereditary practice, and I'm not hereditary, like I've told you. I am Italian, and I'm very drawn, and I'm very connected to working with spirits and my ancestors, and I plan on working and learning a lot from the elven and fairy allies that I've made and my ancestors, but I am not hereditary. I don't have that physical person to show me how to do things, and I wish I did, and hopefully one day I will be blessed with somebody and be initiated into Stragaria. That is my dream, that is my goal. Hopefully that will happen, but it might not, so I really forget my point to all that, but it's just crazy to me how much I have in common, or how much I am drawn to things, and then it shows me that, it's a part of something that has been in my family, or that, my ancestors did, and, that's what I mean. I just feel like we're witches. Like, it didn't come out of thin air. It had to have come from somewhere, and most likely, most of our ancestors did some type of magic, and that to me is very amazing. So, okay, and this video is getting really long. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm almost done, I promise. Okay, these are the Star Magic runes. I'm very excited to use these too. Now, these are used differently too. It is like an alphabet, like the Tuscan script. Star Magic is something that is very big in, like, Stragaria and a lot of different cultures and stuff like that. Like, Mesopotamia is one of the saying, back to the date of ancient Mesopotamia is when it started. And, sorry, I think I'm losing my voice. It says, among some hereditary Italian witches, a star alphabet commonly found in grimoires of the Renaissance period is often employed. These witches also used previously non-published magical star runes. The Teneric witches of Italy, that's what I was telling you, the star witches, the Teneric witches, were the star ones, of Italy, who call themselves star witches, are the clan that typically use these runes. Star runes of the magic variety are normally used to mark ritual tools, objects, or ritual settings in general. They can be drawn upon paper and placed in a cauldron for spellcasting. One of the oldest methods of using star runes involved tracing the lines in the sand or earth and placing torches or candles in the circular areas of the symbol. This was designed to mimic the stars and thereby draw down their magical influence. Stones or pebbles were sometimes used to mark out the connective lines running